Hello, my name is MJ, and this is my Google Earth Singapore project. So first, we like to start our project to go to Singapore for our study abroad for 7 days. Is Boone, North Carolina, because this is where everyone lives. So we would start going here for our first day of travel. We would then drive about 2.5 hours, 2 hours to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. We would have a little bit of a layover, and then we would go to Chicago Midway International Airport. Now from there is when we'll also go to Japan, which is, if I'm saying correctly, Haneda Airport, and then we would go to Singapore Airport, which would be all the way down here, which would be at Singapore Changi Airport, I believe that's what it's called. But from there, then we will all go to where we'll be staying at. So this is where we're staying. It's called Lloyd's Inn. If I can go down here so you can see it. But this is what it looks like from the outside. You go in from these doors, and as you can see, Lloyd's, it's literally right around the corner. But this is it. So this is basically where we'd be staying inside of there. You can see where the little houses are, but it's very nice inside. But yeah, so this is the street view from Lloyd's. So that is all for, well, then when we land, we do have one more thing that we would like to do. So on the first day, we're gonna go ahead and go to Gardens Grove, which is very beautiful. Here in Gardens Grove, if you have not seen this, it is a beautiful garden. As you can see in Singapore, that's truly beautiful. But this is basically what they look like, and this is what it looks like from up top. There's a bridge you can go on, which is really cool. And then we would stay there for about 3 hours, and that would be in for our day to get some dinner. And this is also a very famous hotel that people like to go in Singapore. People usually know Singapore for. But yeah, so this is the first day. So this is our second day. If you can see over in the right, it says where we are staying, the Lloyd's Inn. That's where we stayed at. The first place we would go to is the National Garden, Orchard Garden. So let's press on it, and let's go down there so I can show you what it looks like. It's very pretty. It's a very pretty garden. As you can see, there are a lot of tourists here, and people that just like to come see the garden. But it's very big. But you can go through everything for about 30 minutes, honestly. It doesn't take too long unless you want to, look around and take pictures and that sort of thing. But very pretty. So then after that, we'll be going to the monastery. I do not know how to say this name, so I really don't want to butcher it. But this is where we press right into the person. Show you what it looks like. So this is the temple, very pretty. As you can see, there are a lot of just like different places you can go around there that have a lot of other pretty temples. But this is where we'd go, and we would stay here for about 2 hours, honestly, and just look around of how pretty it is. So after that, we would go to the Malay Heritage Center. I'll go ahead and put us down there, right here. Let's go this way just so you can kind of see it more. But this is it right here. This is a cultural place that people like to go to. Very nice. As you see, there's people in school that are on their way there. But this is our third place we would go to. And then we would go after that. We would go lastly to the mall. And this mall is really nice because it has pretty much everything there. It's a really nice little area to go shopping. These are some places you can go eat at. But here, let's do better so you can actually see inside. Let's see if we can go inside. Oh, this is just one of the restaurants. I think what I was supposed to do was go over here. There we go. Okay. So here's inside of the mall. Let's go inside. It'll let me. Doesn't seem like it's working. Either way, this is the street point of view. From this mall, there's a whole bunch of stores, places to eat. As you can see, there's these little shops that are on the side. It's very nice and very big inside. But that would be the end of day 2. So this is for our third day. First, we would start at the St. Andrew's Cathedral. And as you can see here, it's very, very pretty. As you can see inside, it's very pretty, like I just said. But we're gonna go down there and I'll show you what it looks like. These people taking pictures, but this is from the inside. It's very big, very white, very pretty. But this would be the first location. Then next we're going to Chinatown, which is right here. And Chinatown is very nice, kind of like how it is in New York, but very traditional, very good food. And I'll go ahead and put us down there. There we go. But here are all the places that they have. A whole lot of bakeries. See people doing some work. And yeah, so that would be the second place. And then the third place you go to is the Buddha Tooth Relic Temple and Museum. And for there, we would go for about an hour. I'll show you what that looks like from the outside point of view. It's a really big building. These little vending machines. But this is where we would be going to for only just really an hour. It's really nice just to kind of look through everything. You can see down here. See all the people and all the food. Which is also kind of like right next to Chinatown. Then we'll be going to the Marian Bay Sand Casino, which is not that far, but it's very pretty. As you can see, very good views. And this is just showing you like a hotel that's right here, but very nice and very pretty. So that would be it for, that would be there for 4 hours. Then we find somewhere to eat, and then we would end our third day in Singapore. So here is day 4, and we would be going to Singapore, the Singapore Gardens, and I'm gonna put my little person in there so you can see what all that it looks like. A very pretty entrance into where you go inside, and here we would be in there for about 3 hours, and then after we would be at the gardens for 3 hours. Then we would go to the Afla Mosque, but before we would go to the mosque we would get lunch, and then we would go to the mosque. So the mosque is right here. But it was built in 1987. A very famous mosque, very beautiful. Definitely somewhere to visit for sure. And I'll put my little person on there so you can see a 3D view. But this is where it is, if you can see it right there. Put my little person right there. But the mosque, I believe, is right here, right here. Let's go down a little bit. But right here. Right there. That's where the mosque is. And then next we go to the St. Joseph's Church. And we would stay here for about 1 hour. This is what it looks like from the inside. These are just many pictures. And like I said, we would only stay there for just about that while. And then we would go to Jumbo Seafood to go eat, which is very popular. I'll show you these pictures because my Google Earth doesn't work, but these are some of the foods. And again, like I said, they are very famous for their foods. Look on the outside. But yeah, so that would be the end of our So here's day 5 of our trip. First, we would go to Hong Kong Park, which I'll make it 3D so you can see. Very pretty. And then let's go ahead and go there so we can see what it looks like. This is what I guess someone took a picture at nighttime. This is very pretty. But I think it's a concert of some sort. But yeah, so this is a really pretty picture that somebody took of this. Oh, you can see the person that did though. But this is where we would go first. And then after that, we would go to right down here. We would go to the temple. And here I'll show you where that is. I'll go ahead and go in the middle. Here we see the inside. It's very beautiful. She's having a little moment. It's inside, and this is where people come for prayer or just to come see. So another place we would go to. And then from there, we would go to Singapore Cultural. Let's go there, which is not that far. Just right here, and I'll go ahead and put us. I think there's a picture. But this is where that is, the cultural center. We would stay here for a little bit. And then after that, we would go to one more place, which would be another mosque. I'll show you where that is. Right here. Go ahead and put us right here. You can see how pretty it is. And this is the surrounding areas. Other really big things. So this is our 6th day in Singapore. And the first place we'd go to is Universal Studios in Singapore. I'm gonna go ahead and put us down there. This is inside of the park. Postal service, and you see all the kids and everything, which looks really cool. We go here for a good while. This is one of the attractions. But we would go there, and then after we would be going to the aquarium. And the aquarium is really popular in Singapore. I'll show you where that is. This is inside, and you can see inside of the fish, which is really cool. You can sit down and watch the fish go by. But we would go there, and then after that, we would be going to Wings of Time. And Wings of Time, you can go in there. And this is where everything is, where you can all go in this area. But yeah, this is our day 7. So the first way we go to is the Church of Saint Bernadette. I believe that's what it says, but I'm not sure. But this is what it looks like inside. It's very nice and pretty, as you can see. And then after that, you see it right there. And then we would also go to the Armenian Apostle Church, which is very pretty. As you can see, they have lights outside. This is the inside. We'll go down there. See all the inside of the church. Very pretty. And then from there, we would go to the library, which is very popular. It's very cool inside, as you can see. It's a very big store. I'll go ahead and put us down there so you can see. It's this building right here. But that's where we would go. Then we would go to the Napa House. And the Napa House is very popular. As you can see, it's very old, very nice. And we'll put us down there right now. And this is inside, and just show you a couple things. You see all these really cool museums, just stuff to look at. There's the shoes of some people that lived in the home, etc. The last place we would go to is the Sultan Mosque on the last day. And the same day we'd be leaving, and we would only go here for about 45 minutes. And then we would take our 14-hour plane ride back. You can see we ended up taking the